How would you describe the boot room? I mean, what was it? It's almost mythical.
Yeah, the boot room was the inner sanctum. It was Anfield's inner sanctum. So, for people who don't know the story, the boot room is, as it sounds, was a room where people kept the boots at Anfield.
Mm.
And Joe Fagan, who was a coach of Liverpool at the time when Bill Shankly was manager, he was gifted some crates of Guinness. For some reason, I can't remember exactly why, but once the drinks were drunk, they turned the crates over in the boot room to sit on,
Right.
and they just sit around chewing the fat. So you would have Joe Fagan, Bob Paisley, Roy Evans, Ronnie Moran, who was a player who coached. He was at Liverpool for 49 years. John Bennison, a couple of others. Not the manager though. Bill Shankly stayed out of it generally,
Okay.
so it was left for his staff to do. And as part of that, they would not only chew the fat and discuss things. Ronnie Moran religiously kept notes of what they did, so they could look back and say when the team was on a successful run, what were we doing at the time? When the team was having a bad run, had we changed anything? Were we doing something different? What was happening? And they used that as a reference for everything. And Liverpool's culture of winning was massively born in that room. It wasn't just Shankly the manager, but behind every manager there was a team. And I know managers are always the figureheads, but if you ask Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, for example, it's not just down to him. It was down to the coaching staff, and he changed his coaching staff over the years at United to freshen things up. But he relied on them as much as Shankly relied on Paisley and Fagan. And every decision they made and every sort of process they went through was done in that room at Anfield. Probably at an era when you spent more time at the stadium than you did at the training ground.
Okay.
Um, and it did gain a mythical status because they used to invite opponents in after games, managers, chairman, whatever, for a welcome drink, to say, unlucky lads who lost again at Anfield, have a beer with us. But they were also picking their brains and like trying to find out little snippets of information. So they
Right.
were quite clever. So Watford, for example, Elton John went into the boot room afterwards and asked for a pink gin. And I think they said, we've only got stout, lad, or something like that. But they were probably picking his brains about John Barnes, who ended up playing
Okay.
for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that for sure, but it would be the type of thing that crops up. Just not necessarily going, oh, we like this player, we want to buy him. It would just be saying, he's quick, that John Barnes, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then just seeing what he says. And they learnt over the years which managers and chairmen would come in and slag off their own players and teams, and which ones would be like a bit more cautious. And one or two even avoided the boot room because I think they probably got onto what was actually happening. And all part of that was part of Liverpool's cultural success.